spacious. Hi, welcome. It's a nice day to light a candle. We actually have some wintry precip accumulating outside today. And the sun is hiding, so we'll have to look for it in our practice and look for that light within ourselves. Please take a little time with your settling opportunity here. Just whatever helps you come into this seated position. Maybe you elevate yourself or your knees, sitting up on a blanket cushion. Give yourself a chance just to stop somewhere where your energy feels nice. Hands together and at the heart center is a lot of energy. Really bring you into this somatic experience. Stop everything else. Let your eyes close almost all the way so the light still comes in. Gently within your spine. Gentle breath through your nose. One more deep breath of stillness. Inhale, reach up your arms, open fingers, breath of fire. So we pump the breath. Inhale is up, exhale, squeezing shoulder blades, pulling down. So that's the action. Try that one more time back. Follows the in breath and then the out breath. Pull. Use your fist a little bit. Create some pulling tension. 10 times, just 1, 2, 1, 2. You can go slowly. Finish with one reach up when you're ready. And exhale, float down your arms. Breath of fire. Feel it oxygenate your mind, your brain. Keep your belly easy as you twist this first time. So think of bringing your lower spine around first. So think of your front body, your belly, then your chest, your rib cage, then your chin and your nose. Bring the hand behind, lean back into it a little bit. And create a twist in your spine that feels good for you. In the right amount. Part of our self-study, knowing how our bodies work, where everything is, what we need to do to take care of ourselves. Keep this twist, just turn your head to look off the other shoulder, 2 breaths. Eyes gently stretch to the sides in Parsva Drishti. Settling our eyes. One more breath. Release carefully, just let those actions all go. Other side, sit up tall, breathe in. Exhale, belly, heart, chest, chin, eyes, nose. Twisting back, lean back a little bit into your open hand today. So you can really have that freedom in the belly. You need to engage the bandhas there to your own degree, each pose. 1. Deep rhythmic breathing continues now the Ujjayi breath, where you may pause and stretch the breath and keep it flowing. Finish one. Try to keep this twist in your lower body and then just turn your head to stretch your neck. Look the other way. A little side, a little down with your eyes. One more giant breath. I feel like the head coming back to center first and then release the rest. Whatever takes care of you. Let's do a little lateral check-in. Come out with your legs out in front. Pull back on your toes. Point your toes away. Slide your hands down your shins. Point your toes again until you feel a stretch in your low back. And then draw Your hands back up your shins and draw your toes back towards you again. Relax. Infinity pose, right leg over the left. Hook your feet together, say hello. And we're going to just stay on that left side of your leg and hip, rolling over to that side, both arms coming over to support. Just create the right degree for yourself. Let your arms go far away so that you can have nice straight arms and lift out your shoulders. Look back, notice. Appropriate here to start lifting the pelvic floor and the low belly, creating toning in those root areas. Let the work come from deep within. One more deep breath, exploration. Release slowly, especially side bends. Over to the other side, hook your feet, say hello. Loving awareness. Come on over. Find your arm space, your hands away just enough. Try to keep your feet active. Just feel that lateral line. So we're opening up breathing space. Gently stretching the sides of our body. Find a steady place for your eyes. Down towards the tip of your nose gives you a downward center gaze, which is very meditative. One more slow breath. Release with care and slowness back to center. Come around to tabletop. So this work of curling in your feet, we just worked the feet here in that hooking pose. Here we curl them in and use your hands just to come briefly over your feet, so it shouldn't cause pain there. Spread out, cushioning on under your knees if needed, and we'll rise up and balance on kneeling position for a moment. Do some hands and wrists. Preparing, stretch your wrists both ways. Open up your fingers, bring them together. Feel their energy, their imprint of energy is greatly increased by the practice of yoga, more so than other exercises. And come on down with those open hands spiraling up. Try not to crank your neck to look up high like I'm doing right here. Just try to keep your face comfortably downward as we look forward. Take your right leg, straighten it behind you and tuck your toes under for calf stretch, plank variation. The other knee is just bent on the ground. Try to wake up the back of your lower leg, just the right amount. One more time, breathe deeply. Let go of that with some slowness. Don't shock your body. Hug your elbows and your knee in. Breathe 2 times. Release it straight back and take out your opposite arm if possible for what? 2, 3. So sometimes you get into a pose where it doesn't feel quite right, but if it doesn't hurt, try to just stay without moving. Release. Like if your hand is slightly awkward, so my hand just felt a little too far out, then I could do it. Try not to overly adjust yourself. Okay, other leg, calf stretch. Tuck your toes, press your hands. Relax and breathe. Firming your thigh to help press it up towards the sky, part of that plank work. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, elbows in, knee in, drop your head, round your spine. One more giant breath. And let it go. Rock side to side. And let's do that. Reach back, reach forward on this side. Downward face. One more time. Hand down, open, knee down. Child's pose. So don't tuck your feet. Come back towards your hips to your heels towards to any degree. Relax your arms. Really feel good. 5 deep breaths in your back. If possible, grounding your third eye center. You can stack up your hands to reach your forehead or use a block. One more time. And release, inhale up to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come forward lightly or hopping if it feels good. Deep bend, jump, stretch up to the half lift. Breathe out, fold down. Standing up with wisdom, open feet, knees can bend, spine extends. So every time we come up from folding over, please be aware and take care. Know if you can do it with your legs straight or not. All right, shake it out for a minute, standing up, try to free your shoulders, maybe do some arm swings. Let your feet go easy wide. You have space for tension releasing in your rib cage and your spine, your shoulders. Enjoy flowing energy. Feel the energy, feel the temperature of the air on your hands. One more time, each way. Ground your hands together. Step your feet underneath your pelvis. Untitled Chapter. Low belly toning, low back long, shoulders relaxed. Surya Namaskar A, reaching for the sun we know is out there even if we can't see it very well. Up to the sky, inhale. Shoulders are down with the plane of your face. To your own degree, each of these poses. Exhale, bend your knees if you need to tilt forward. Hands where they reach, bring your head down. These are big, slow breaths. Halfway lift, you can bring your hands up if you need to, or just come as far as you come. Exhale back to our chaturanga. Maybe the knees come down. Just hug your elbows in, so you don't have to go all the way down. If you know you can go all the way down, go all the way down. Just try this. Inhale, press your arms straight, upward facing dog. Use your feet and the tops of your knees to help you adjust. Take another breath in. Exhale through tabletop is gentler, gives you a moment to change directions in your spine. Downward dog. 5 breaths. Stay. Press the heels of your hands. Draw your weight up into your waist and down into your legs. Peaceful face, relax there, your jaw. Exhale one more time. Reinforce the uplift in your low belly. Come forward with lightness. Halfway lift, breathing in. Breathe out, fold in. Slowly inhale and stand up. Very nice. And exhale, follow the breath to bring your arms down and hug gently into your sides. We learn long breathing in this practice. Breathe here. Do the same one again. So let it be meditative if you know this A variation. 10 poses. Reach up. Reach down. Lift halfway. Hike up in your belly, bend your knees, bring back your legs. Add the elbow bend if you like. When your inhale's ready, press your arms, explore your upward facing dog. And exhale, go to downward dog. Through table is fine. So if you need to chill and you want to bring your knees down in the downward dogs, that's okay. but you'll have good stamina for your regular practice. One more exhale. Seventh position is coming forward and halfway lifting. Eight is the forward fold. 9, stand up, reach up. 10, when you're ready, breathe out and release your arms down. Take a breath and we'll do the B variation as well. Utkatasana in this one starts with the knees bent. If you want to have them underneath your hips, cool. Big toes touching, knees squeezing, option. So bend your knees, reach your arms, breathe in. Just one breath, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Suspend your breath, put your hands down, bend your knees, and then take your legs back. Knees down, maybe to upward facing dog, or just come flip over your feet. Little forward in the shoulders, breathe out, downward dog, only one breath. Because you're gonna bring your right leg forward, angle your back heel, and stand up into warrior A, tucking your tail under. We'll come back and spend more time there, but we're just gonna say hello there. Knees down, upward dog, or your chaturanga, flow through. Downward dog again, one breath to establish it. Left foot forward, angle the right heel. Learning to stand up into warrior A. Exhale, leaving the shape. Flow through. And now we come and rest in downward dog. Last one for now. Being strong helps us be open, helps balance, flexibility. Move your hips from side to side for a moment. Just feel how that lengthens your low back. Settle into center, breathe one more time. Come forward. Do you want your feet together or separated? Fold in. Utkatasana, one breath, stand up, fierce pose, as upright as you can go, and then exhale. Bring it on down, back into your center. Pause and feel Pranamasana. Lift your elbows, take your hands away from your body. Feel the increase of the vital energy through the practice and the sun salutations. Through your deep breathing. Allow yourself to feel some joy in practice. Let it uplift you. Exhale, release your arms. Hip distance apart feet. Back to a forward fold to hang out. And we're going to do this as a seated pose today as well. So we've passed through here a few times now. We're going to come for a stay. So slowly fold in. Let your knees bend if they bend. Today, if you'd like to try, come behind your legs and cross your hands to catch your shins from the inside. So cross the wrists, catch the shins, and then try to straighten your legs and let your spine lengthen. Deep breathing. Let it go into your back. Find the uplift in your low belly. 3, 4, 5. Allow your knees to bend to release your arms and stand. Find your shoulder position. Nice and balanced. Triangle pose, right side. Turn that wide parallel feet. Stretch your arms. Let this, every time we come through here, enjoy that stretch. Open across your heart and turn out your right foot to the back of your mat and maybe angle your other one in when you are ready to breathe out. Think about lengthening your spine. I'm going really slowly into this one today. So you need a little heavy tail. It's okay for your top hip to come down in this pose. Work with yourself, down to your bottom hand somewhere. Reach up. The tail and low ribs tuck under a little bit so you're not too open in the front. 2, 3, try to relax your shoulders, lengthen your neck. 1 more time. Breathe in, rise. And come around to the other side. So we can keep those ideas really fresh while we practice the second side. Find the foundation. Reach across your heart, breathe deeply. Kneecaps lifted, so the legs are engaged as we come over. And think about your tail being heavy, tucking under a little. Also your low ribs as you come out and down, wherever you land. Reaching up. You can let your top hip come down if you need to. A little awareness up in your neck and shoulders. Make sure you're letting go of congestion there. Lengthening. Breathe out into your navel center. So that supports your low back as you come up and out to engage your core. Good. Okay, wide parallel feet. Work them out. Your own distance, not too far. Breathe in. Breathe out. So forward fold with wide feet. Maybe your knees bend. All fine. If your knees need to bend, they need to bend. Just take care of them. Let's head over to one leg, over to this left leg of mine, and wrap up your arms. Doing a little lateral and a little upside down. The roots of your big toes are your good friends in these poses. Just think about what that is, that base of the big toe grounding. Let your head just drop. Take one more deep breath. With some care, come up, engage your core, and head over to the other side. So we are combining forward fold with rotation. So especially use care there. And what I'm trying to include here is a stretch of the latissimus, this big sheet of muscles on your back. How it connects to your pinky finger down into your pelvis. And let your blood flow change directions. Some fresh blood in the brain. One more breath. Let go of the rotation and then coming up. With your mindfulness practice, step up to the front of your mat. Pranamasana. Parsvottanasana. Right leg back, straight leg stance, forward folding. Refine your foundations. Feel secure. Roots of the big toes ground. Arms reach, roll your shoulders in as much as they'll go, and then reach back as far as you can. Bend your elbows. You're trying to come to the center of your back somewhere and bring your knuckles together. Hold your opposite wrist, whatever works. Work towards bringing your fingers together and your hands only if that works for your body. Just take it gradually. I hear great stories about how this one develops over time. Patiently, breathe in with a long spine. Breathe out, slowly come forward and down all the way to your shin. Maybe that's your gaze that goes there. Maybe it's your base. A little gentle lift in your elbows, nothing forced. The front knee is allowed to bend in this pose if you need it to. So we learn to listen to our bodies and notice when it says, that's good, I'm good here. And we listen to that. Breathe out once more. Strong legs press, come up. Keep your hands, step back, step forward, step back. Second side, square towards the front. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Try to keep the elbows lifting as you fold. Go slowly, decide where you're going to stop. Gaze at your shin from wherever you are. If you've used a little gripping to help you find your way into the pose, see if you can relax your feet open now. One more time. Follow your inhale energy, stand up. Slide your hands down and away. Step out, relieve your wrists with a little movement. Pranamasana. Let's move through warrior A and B. I'm just turning to the back for AA second side, then B, and back to the front. Big step, right leg back. Come into the lunge. Work on your lowness in this pose, whatever that means. So this is the square to the front version, the heavy tail. Relax your arms and then bring them up, shoulders down. Lift the plate of your face for 1, 2. Try to keep your front knee centered. Don't let it collapse in. Lift your back arch. 2 more breaths. You can bring your arms if you need to, bring them down. If you want, just look at your thumbs and turn around without looking down. If you can feel your way around, if you've done this one enough times, don't worry if you need to do a little more setup. Take a couple breaths before we start the count to find those places in your body where you need to take care. And now 1. We have these opposing energies here. The upward reaching arms, the upward reaching spine, and then the grounded shoulders, grounded tail. Inhale once more. Exhale, bring down your arms and B variation. Open out your arms, turn out your back foot. A moment with your lunge if you want to refine. And then breathe, looking up your back fingertips. Think the back of your mat fingertips. One more time, breathe out. Change sides with disturbance, as little as possible disturbance. Feel your way in. Commit to the energy of this shape. Good breath. Release and step out. Look your feet closer. Come on out. Standing figure 4 or tree pose. Come on in if you know it, and then you can spend more time working on it. Sometimes there might be someone new who watches this, so I need to make sure I explain myself a little bit. So extra time, more advanced. Tree pose variations, that's cool. Enjoy it. If you want to add this element of this figure 4 shape, bend your back knee, concentrate. Have something secure if you need it. This is a concentration practice, and we do something fancy with our bodies so that allows us to concentrate. 8 breaths. 4. A little burn in the standing leg. 8. Inhale, up and out. Do a little shimmy to release all that strengthening. Pranamasana. Second side. Standing tree or figure 4 practice. I want to talk a little bit on this side because I gave you extra time on the other side if you came in early. Work your way in, turn around if you need to have your safe thing to hold on. Keep your feet bright. Lower your hips to any degree. Steady your eyes and wherever your hands support you. Be creative if you want to. Be determined. Okay. 5 more breaths. You're in charge. Here's the last one. Stay determined, don't give up. And release. Let it go. A little free movement there from all that stability building. And let's leave standing practice. Do an interlace press up. Shoulders down again. Lift your back ribs. Gaze up. Breathe in. Breathe out a little side stretch. Breathe into center. Breathe out second side. Inhale center. Exhale. Making our way down. Fold in. Go slowly. I find that this one wants to be a slow forward fold after all the standing poses. Whatever the experience is for you is fine. Come on through, optional flow through, up dog, down dog, and then sit. So if you wanted to sit, I'm okay with that. But these ones later in practice can feel really nice because you're more warmed up. All right, come through, sit down. Some seated forward folding. So if you want to put your blanket folded underneath your pelvis, especially if you have tightness in the backs of your legs or your low back, to help it be more accessible. Dandasana, tuck your chin towards your chest, firm your thighs, draw your toes back, staff pose, hands open by your hips. Feel the lifting and lowering of the rib cage as you breathe. Exhale, then lift your chin and relax your feet. Pranamasana, stretching the back of the body. So we need that forward tilt. We've done this standing up. So if we bend your knees standing, bend your knees seated as well to get that forward tilt, that extension out way low. Straighten your legs to any degree. You can support from behind. First variation, we'll choose 2 different ones. Drop your head, breathe slowly and deeply. Meditate upon your third eye center, like you're looking at the night sky full of stars in the center of your forehead. Breathe out one more time. See if you've done your range of motion already. Breathe in halfway left, re-extend. And then a second hand variation, maybe holding your big toes or going over your feet. Breathe out. 5 breaths. Low belly draws back towards the spine. Hello, back body. Is your jaw relaxed? Where do you sometimes find hidden tension in yourself? Breathe out. Inhale, release, coming up slowly. And now the front body love, the opposite pose for Pranamasana. Point your toes, hands back into heart position. You may stay with your hips on the floor if you feel like this is too much. Another option is to pop your knees in and come up like this. Okay, so reach determination, find a nice strong hand position, outward spiraling. Inhale, tuck your tail. If it feels good to take your head back, you may. Keep your neck long, gaze down at your nose. Little forwardness in the shoulders, it's not all back. 4, one more breath. Good medicine for the sacrum and release. Janushirsasana. Right leg coming in alongside your inner thigh. Again, if you know the poses, come in, spend more time. Working towards 90 degrees here. Support under here is fine. out and down. The straight leg doesn't have to be straight. All these things are available in each pose. If you need to make it work for yourself, please do. Bring your head towards your leg. Draw your belly back, 5 breaths. One more exhale. Hands connect with something as you half lift, and that's going to stretch all along the sides of your back, sides of your body, and then exhale. Come on up, changing sides, floating through. A playful attitude with the practice. This helps us take care of our bodies, bring extra prana into our tissue, touching your body with your hands, out and down. Couple breaths to get in there, and then we'll breathe 5 times. It's nice to connect. You can connect to the floor with your hands or somewhere on your leg or foot. Okay, 1. And exhale. Continue. Breathing out. One more time. Half lift, breathing in. And exhale, release. Parivriti, the revolved version, coming out with your straight leg. Swing it out wider. Have a moment to refine your seat. Again, you can still be up on a blanket for some support. So side bending here, heading over into a side bend of your choice. Working that palm towards the sky on the top arm helps prepare you to come and catch your foot, to catch one or both feet, or support yourself. Just do the appropriate amount for yourself today and breathe 5 times. Got my front arm on the floor for increased stability. Side bend plus rotation. Just the right amount. 1 more breath. Exhale into your navel center. Slowly come up. Cross your ankles. Lift up your feet. Breathe in, float through, and come back to the second side, or the first side of Janushirasana, and open it out for the Parivrita, the revolved version. Bring your sitting bones. Activate your straight leg and explore side bend, facing your palm out as you come up and over. What does this side want to do? Pay attention to the right amount. Third breath, exhaling. Last one. Breathe out into your navel center, and at the end, rise up. Ardha Matsyendrasana, coming into a twist when your back bent knee forward on your mat. Your other foot comes to the floor and comes around. Sit up tall, holding onto your shin. Find that foundation. Try to still be elevated on a blanket. Take care of your hip here and don't put too much pressure on it. It can stay right where it is or even relax open. So internal pressure, if it feels okay, to draw it in towards you, increasing that stretch. We also have the twist to think about. So that's just my safety message about your hip. Let your belly come around and find your twist. Hold your hip in a way that supports your body and look back. Breathe 5 deep breaths. One more time, breathe out. Inhale, unfold yourself and Change side, maybe pop up into the float. Blossom's fun version of boat pose, I hope. I hope it's fun. Come around to your own degree. Know yourself here. So first we need lots of length for rotation and a relaxed belly, just like in our first twist we did today. Support your hip where it feels good, so you can deepen your grab and hug it in more if it feels nice. Support it and breathe 5 times. Maybe your eyes go back to the center of the back part of your mat. Find a steadiness to them. Breathe out once again. Slowly return to center and let go of these actions. Let's lie down to finish. Do a little sip if your throat is dry, not too much. Don't want to put out your fire. If you wanted to flow through and then lie down with your legs straight. I'm going to do a sip and I'll be right back. I'll meet you on the ground, knees bent, once you're down there. Sit your Pranamasana. Grounding first. If you have a block or blanket and want to put it under your sacrum, you can bridge up and do that supported bridge. 8 breaths. Grounding your back body. Relax your shoulders. Stay present. Let's just explore our bodies here, starting with your feet. Feel the temperature and the texture of what they're on. Let them just be open. Knees gently stretching around those. Come down to the back of your pelvis and where it touches the ground, your sacrum. Lower your upper back rests on the ground, your shoulders grounded. And let your heart be grounded by this practice. Let it rest into the back of the body. Let that rest travel down your arms into your hands. And you feel where the back of your skull lands on the ground, how it rests on a pretty small point at the back of our heads. And then our brains can ground. Let your brain rest into the earth. Eyes soft. Breathing. One more time. Deep inhale, really stretch it in. Exhale, engage your low belly and your pelvic floor, drawing up, flip your arms. Inhale, bridge pose, Siti Bandhasana. First one, we'll do 3. Bend your arms. You can adjust your feet if needed. As you come up, you can tuck your tail under. Lengthen your hip flexors. Inhale, 4. And 5. With the exhale, start at the top of your spine and bring yourself down to the earth. Knock your knees together for a moment. Pause. Contemplate your second one. So you can move them all like that if you want to, or try one with the heels together and the toes out. Inhale, rise. Let your head slide away, make space. So you can stay on that spot at the back of your skull where your brain is grounding. Focus on stretching the front of your hips. Let the back of your hips engage to lift you. One more time. Then slowly come down. Release your heels out, knock your knees together, pause.
One more time. Feet and knees hip distance. Inhale, lift it up. Bend your elbows and bring your hands to your ASIS, those anterior front hip bones, we call them, hip points inside of you. And then use that feedback of your fingers to help press those towards the sky. For one. It's okay if that doesn't work with your proportions. Your elbows don't have to be down. So you can kind of resist the weight of your fingers. One more time, determination, maybe a little strengthening feeling in the back of the body, arms down and spine. Bring up your knees one at a time, catch with your hands, knees over the sacrum, circling. Nice and calm as we come into this last quarter of practice, circling the other way. Lots of repose here and rest. Come to center. Let's look at happy baby pose, one leg at a time. Bring your right leg to the floor, knee stays bent. Bring your left leg a little outside your torso and downward. So you can be creative with arms here, hook behind, hold your foot inside or out. Use both of my hands to help bring that leg down to the side. Just explore that. Find a sweet spot to hold 5 breaths. Letting gravity assist, one more breath. Maybe you find a little space in that time. So that 5th breath is for that exploration and mission. Let that go. Lovingly place your leg back down, second side. Make sure your neck is long. It would be okay to put a little pillow under your head for this work. Okay, check in with this side. Bring the knee out to the side of your torso a bit and come down. Choose an arm position or use both hands for that guidance. It's okay to roll towards that side a little bit. Find a sweet spot. 5 deep breaths. One more time. Take your time, releasing out of that. Let's try both legs at the same time. And just observe what happens when we attempt to do that on both sides. It will probably be a little less deep, but just see what happens. Okay, curiosity, both sides. Here we go. Long neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. A lot of drawing in at the hips though. Let's come out, stretch out. Maybe if you have a block, I don't have one here today, underneath your pelvis, you can bridge up and elevate here, pillow or blanket or block. For the lie down, stretch out pose, reach out, reach to your toes. Just focus on lengthening here. Gently. Let's explore the breath here 2 more times. So follow your rib cage as you inhale. Feel it expanding out greatly, drawing up feeling. And then we exhale, the low ribs come down and together, anchor into the belly center. Try that one more time. So this is what, in the exhale, we can ground our strength down into our belly. And then relax, slide in your heels. Bring your left knee to your chest. Straighten it out towards the sky. Holding on Where you reach. Encircle the big toe if you'd like for your big toe pose. Center your head. Your other leg can straighten with toes pointed on both feet. Side of your knees bend. Be cool. Exhale, navel towards the spine. Inhale, lift it up. Try not to strain. Shoulder off the ear. Elbow moves towards your leg. Other arm rounds. Just one more breath. Add a little energy to it. And exhale. Just come down slowly. Bend your knee. Straighten and I'll come out to the side. You can keep the hold of your toe or do the elbow, big hand version. Other leg bent or straight. Sideways. Turn your head the other way. Breathe out one more time. Support yourself as you come out. Carefully release. Second side, souped up asana. Make the choice about your other leg being straight or bent. What do you need? Encircle or hold on somewhere. Straighten to your own degree. Ground your extended leg, point the toes, breathe in. Breathe out, navel in, round your ribs down like we did in lie down, stretch out pose, and then inhale, up we go. Keep your mind quiet, your eyes centered and down. Be undisturbed by this request. One more time. Carefully release, mindfulness throughout. Bend your knee. Straighten it. Out to the side version. You may bend this lower leg if you'd like. Come on out. Support it with your hands somehow and turn your head away. Breathe out one more time. Everything back to center. And bend your knee. Coming to your winter wiper pose. Feet turning out. Centered spine. Arms stretch out before you along your sides and go side to side with your knees slowly. Find your way all the way in. Feel how your spine will follow a little twist over to the other side. Just going from inside and outside edge of feet to other side, inside, outside feet. Go both ways a few times. One more flow, and then we'll come back for a hold. Come back to your first side, and you can try this as a twist variation. You can just settle into that windshield wiper rotation, turn your head and rest. If you want to change the twist into something else, I don't mind. This one adds a nice front of the leg stretch. I'm feeling that. Don't usually think about that part of it, but it's all connected. When you feel it, going to soften when you feel a little resistance. Use your mind. Feel the energy of breath going out. Then explore into the other side. And in that variation, turning away, let your arms rest. It's calming to put a hand on your torso and feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. And find a sweet place in this pose for your body and breathe deeply 5 times. Each exhale, grounding one more time. breath out into the belly center so you're strong in your release. Upside down and then rest. Your choice. Always good is the legs up in the air position. You can go up into your shoulder stand if you'd like, your cow. Keep the breaths coming into the navel as they end. Six, going to 10 breaths. And 10. Exhale, transition out of your upside down pose, Pranamasana, knees to your chest. Shavasana, resting. It's a little cold and gray today, so you might put a blanket over or your socks on. Just try not to disturb yourself too much. Give yourself time for that self-care. I'll lead us in a little bit of resting. When you are ready, you can use knees to chest to stretch your low back. Lengthen it, and that helps you come down one leg at a time, stretching out. Go, girl, go on, Jim, go on. And bring your hands to the fronts of your hips and your pelvis today, and just use that message, that feedback for softening. Check in with your sacrum, make sure that you are okay there. Gentle little uplift in your low back. And then let's do that across the heart exercise. So get your arms up a little wide, palms up. Start down on your feet, relax your toes. Soften the back of your lower leg, your calf muscle. Soften around your knees. The fronts of your thighs, relax. The backs of your thighs, relax. Get all the muscles traveling across and through your pelvis, relax. Deep breathing continues at its own pace. Let your body rest and let the breath muscles continue. That's where you're going to move here. Is the muscles of breathing will become evident. Your heart at the center of them, let it soften and round out the back of your body. Let that grounding of the heart travel down each arm. You may change the angle of your arms as you like. Just try to let that heart energy bring softness down. Fingers curl and the center of the palms are soft. Come up to your head and your face. Start with your front of your face, just your forehead smooth. All around your eyes, soft. Eyes closed. Perhaps covered. Jaw and lips and teeth relaxed. Maybe the breath travels a little bit in your mouth and your nose. Ask all of your skull to be soft. Behind your ears, your temples, the whole top section of your head. Since feeling is first Who pays any attention to the syntax of things will never wholly kiss you, wholly to be a fool while spring is in the world. My blood approves, and kisses are a better fate than wisdom. Lady, I swear by all flowers, don't cry, the best gesture of my brain is less than your eyelids flutter, which says, we are for each other. Then laugh, leaning back in my arms, for life's not a paragraph. And death, I think, is no parenthesis. It's time to complete our practice. Please transition back to the seated pose of your liking. A brief gratitude meditation, just 3 breaths. Sit in a way that feels good to you and let gratitude radiate. Thank you, E. Cummings, for the poem. Thank you, India, for the beautiful practice. I'm so grateful for all of you for showing up and joining me here. Stay cozy, stay bright.